Trey, throughout the year we've seen how talented Alabama's defensive front is and can be against the run. What is something that you think has stood out in film when watching them?
That they're pretty aggressive and they do their best to try to control the line of scrimmage. So with them being that, we just have to be physical and be tough up front.
Next is Barry Trammell.
Yeah, Trey, going back to that 2017 Oklahoma-Ohio State game in Columbus, that was sort of your coming out party. You got the chance to play, especially in the second half, and really performed. What do you remember about that game and how much it did to sort of elevate your stock?
I remember everything about that game. To me, it felt like my first big college game. So, I remember it vividly. And I just remember just being able to make plays. And it was just an exciting moment. And I was just trying to enjoy every moment of it.
Next is Bill Rabinowitz. Bill?
Okay, I try. The offensive line that you're running behind, I know you had a good one in Oklahoma, but how good is this? How well is this line playing? And what kind of stands out about their blocking and maybe just their mentality or chemistry?
Those guys are great up front. They make my job easy. They control the line of scrimmage. They get great push, and like I said, they makes my job a lot easier. And just being able to just get in sync with them, it's gotten easy over time just because of how great they've been. And again, like they do a great job of just getting off the ball and just moving bodies.
Next is Nathan Baird. Nathan?
Hey Trey, I know you've always considered being a receiver out of the backfield to be part of your skill set, but the Sugar Bowl was your second best career game there. It's statistically, a lot of it seemed to come on Justin looking for you in these check down situations. Was that something that was just accidental that happened in that game? Was it something that you guys wanted to incorporate more? And why do you think that was so successful?
I feel like we work on it quite a bit. Even during our periods in practice. If nothing's there, then he'll check it down. So, it's something that we just kind of work on like every day. It just happens. And in the game, it just worked out well because I would get out there and just kind of be uncovered or just an easy check down and being able to just get vertical and just have a positive play.
Next is Stephen Means. Stephen?
Hey Trey, ACL is that's a very serious injury. I know it's a long comeback period physically for it. When you start feeling better then, but mentally, I guess when did you start to feel like yourself coming off that injury and working out in the spring with Rashard?
Really after it was my LCL, I just it kind of took some time. I would probably say as soon as I started my rehab and getting off crutches and everything, I kind of started to feel a little bit better, but I didn't feel really good till about the time where I started working with Rashad down in Houston. Just gaining confidence back in my knee and knowing that I'm still explosive coming in and out of my cuts.
What's he like as a trainer?
He's passionate, and he coaches you hard. Like he doesn't let you slack off not one bit. And if you need an example, he'll do it first and show you how it's supposed to be done. And I feel like that's the biggest thing with him. If you have a trainer that can do the drill the right way and show you how it's supposed to be done, that can just help you elevate your game and you just get that much more better.
Next is Griffin Strong. Griffin?
Hey, Trey, I'm wondering how you might be dealing with the added pressure of expectations now that you've had these two huge performances back to back, do you feel any extra anxiety or extra pressure that you have to perform in a huge way?
No, I actually don't. I mean, I'm confident in my ability, and I know that I prepare well for each game. So, I mean, there's no pressure. I just know I just have to go out there and just execute, do my job to the best of my ability, and I mean, I know that I'm gonna be fine.
Next is Andrea Edelson. Andrew?
Trey, you've shown a lot of resilience throughout your career, and it sounds like that's something that maybe you picked up from or learned from your mom. Just wondering how much her example has allowed you to overcome some of the obstacles that you have faced, and just how important she's been for you in your life.
She's been very important. I mean, just seeing all the things that she's been through, how she was able to just persevere, still continue to work hard for our family, and I feel like that just helped me throughout my career because I mean I faced a ton of challenges, a bunch of adversity, but I know that I mean there's light at the end of the tunnel, so I just have to keep working hard, and I know everything will pay off.
Next will be Dennis Dodd. Dennis?
Hey, Trey, I'm sure you've taken a shot in the ribs before in your career. I wonder if you could quantify what that feels like and maybe what Justin is going through and went through when he got that shot, against Clemson.
It's extremely painful. I mean, especially when you're not really like expecting it. I mean, it's pretty painful. And I mean, I know him. He's a tough dude, so I know that he'll be fine. But I mean, again, like it's just not something that you want to happen at all, no matter what. Because I mean, it's just like I said, I mean, it just hurt.
Next will be Tony Gerdeman. Tony?
I want to ask about Williams, kind of coming out of nowhere a little bit. Mayan Williams, what have you seen from him this year, and what's it like just to have him, having watched him grow as the season has gone on?
You say it again.
Mayan Williams, what's it been like to watch him grow this year?
Oh man, mine. He's been great. I mean, I just seen him improve from. I mean, since we first started camp. I mean, you can tell like a freshman coming in, he was like a little bit lost, just trying to learn everything, and just to see how far he's come. I mean, he just makes plays and he plays with so much energy and emotion, and I mean it just gets everybody. I mean, motivated and hyped up, and it's a good thing to see.
Next will be Patrick Murphy. Patrick?
Trey, similarly, I'm interested. We haven't talked to you a ton about Master and your relationship. What has that been like throughout this year, getting to know him and then kind of the back and forth with you guys both getting carries? And now as you've kind of stepped into the forefront here, how is your relationship developed and what's it been like recently?
Our relationship has been the same. I mean, we've always been there to kind of help each other out. Even like during games, like if we see something, we'll just kind of give out some tips just to help each other do better. And I mean, even in practice, like we compete, we push each other to get better. And I mean, that's just kind of how our relationship has been from day one. I mean, and it's still been like that throughout this entire time.
Next is Donnie Woods. Donnie?
Trey, congratulations on a great season and making it to a national championship game. Being more than just a football player, can you tell me a little bit how Coach Day and your position coach kind of displayed about treating you more than just a football player and about what happened yesterday? Did you guys talk as a team about what happened yesterday?
We didn't really talk too much about it yesterday, but I mean they always encourage us to use our voice and use our platform because I mean they they believe in us and they trust us and they have the same views as us. I mean, with them setting the standard, we all believe in the same values and everything. So, I mean, they just encouraged us to use our platform the right way and speak out on the right things.
All right,